Hello students, welcome to your computer class. So as in the previous class we were discussing about queries, and in that we have seen how to use the criteria function. So let's come to the textbook. So if we see what all we have covered in the previous class, so as in the previous class we have seen how to use the criteria and the different types of queries. So the different types of queries are the simple query, unmatched query and duplicate query. So all we have seen also that how the duplicate query and how unmatched query is. So what exactly is in the duplicate query we have the uh, the records which are having the same values, they are displayed when we are having the similar type of records for more than two fields. Then in the unmatched query, when we are using to find the record from one table that do not have the corresponding values in the second table. Clear? And simple query is when we ask some simple questions uh, from a database, so that is called as simple query. Clear? So and after that let us erase this, and after that we have seen how we can use the criteria in a query. So using the criteria in a query we have seen how simply we can choose that using the criteria field. When you go to the query uh, design view, in the design view we have the criteria field. Clear? Here it is. So whatever the criteria you want to specify, write that criteria there and click on the run button. So that will apply the criteria in all of your fields. For example, here in the dance the Kathak was written, so that's when you have applied this Kathak in the criteria field. When you run that, only those records are visible to us which are having the Kathak as the dance form. Okay, then we have seen how to use the wildcard. So in the wildcard we have seen there were two types of wildcards. One is asterisk and another is question mark. So asterisk is used for a group or combination of letters, and question mark is used for a individual character. Clear? These were the steps how to use this if you specify asterisk or the question mark. Clear? Then let me show you this also, that how we are using this or writing this any specific wildcard. So if I come to the software window, here we are with our query. So whatever the criteria right now, as you can see in the student name in the criteria field, let me zoom in, then it will be clearly visible to you. Okay, so here if we come to the window again, I hope it is now more better visible. So here you can see in the student name in the criteria field, I am going to write, suppose I like write all the names which are starting by S. So I have written S and then asterisk button. Clear? When I press the enter key after writing S and enter, if I press the enter key, it is showing like S. Clear? So when you run this by clicking on the run button, you can see all the student names which are having the names which are starting by S, only those are visible. Clear? Why it is happening? Because we have specified the asterisk wildcard. Clear? So if you will see also in the student detail table, here we are having three names starting with S. You can see Sweta, Subham and Srishti. The same three names are reflected to us when we are running this query. Okay, so I hope this is clear. So this is how we write the criteria, how we write the wildcards in the criteria. Clear? Okay, let us minimize it again. Now come again to the textbook. So Now it is the second thing, which is the compound criteria. So what exactly is compound criteria? Compound criteria is of two types. One is and or. Let us first read this. So often more than one criteria might be available to satisfy the data you are searching. So as in this example which we have just seen, there we have only written a single criteria, and in that, for example, any field name, for example s asterisk we have written, so that was a single criteria. It may happen that for searching something you may need two criteria at the same time. So all of those types of combination of you can say values, so that criteria will be classified as a compound criteria. Then this type of criteria is called compound criteria. There are two types of compound criteria. What are these? One is and another is or. So in and criteria, each individual criteria must be true for the compound criteria to be true. Clear? So there are two. If you are using and itself means that both, if you are using two criteria, so both should be correct. And if you are using or, if at least one also will be correct, the criteria will function according to that. Clear? So it may happen that both is required to be true, but if in or, if you are using either of these will be correct, the criteria, the result of that criteria will be displayed to you. Clear? So or criteria is true provided each of the either criteria is true. Clear? So this is the meaning of compound criteria. Okay. Now there are some shortcuts commands for this query designer, means the where you are writing your query. So these are the shortcuts using which you can control the query functions, like arrow keys for moving from different columns to functions, then spaces for selecting data column for the output. Clear? Now coming to the next, that is comparison operator. So in the maths also you study various comparison operators, less than, greater than. The similar type of operators we can use here also in the query. Let us see. If you do not specify, access assumes that the criteria you have entered involve equality, that is exact matches. If you want something other than an exact match, you must enter the appropriate comparison operator. The comparison operator are greater than, the comparison operators are greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, then less than or equal to, and not equal to. Clear? So in the maths as we write not equal to like this, so here we don't have any such type of operator in the computer, so you will use for access, we'll use this for not equal to. Clear? So these are all the different operators. Now let us see how we can apply this type of operator. Okay, so if I erase this, then come to the first step. So for example, let us find the student whose total fees is more than 2500. Clear? So we have a particular column in which we are having the fee. So if you want to apply this criteria and select those records which are having some mathematical value which is greater than 2500. Okay, so what are the steps? You can see here that click the criteria area for the field you want to use to find the specific records, and in the criteria you will write greater than 2500 and click on the run button. Clear? So this is the step. Whatever the mathematical operator you have to use, you can write in that particular field. Let us try to do this. So if we come to the window, so here we are. So we have dance fee as a particular column. Now let us erase this previous one. Okay, so in the dance field, if I show you the student detail table, we have this dance fee column. Clear? And here we have various values. So let us we also apply some similar criteria using the operator. So in the criteria, in the dance fee, I am going to write greater than 2500. Fine, we have written greater than 2500. So this is the value. We want all the records which are having the dance fee which is greater than 2500. Now if I click on the run button is present in the design tab. Come to the design tab and click on the run button. So here it is. So when you run it, you can see there are 3 students which are having value more than 2500. So here you can see in the dance fee, the fee amount is 3000, 3000 and 3000. Clear? And the names are here and the dance which they are learning. I hope you have got what it means, that what is the meaning of this comparison operator. We can apply these comparison operator where you wish to, using the operators less than, equal to, greater than. Clear? Now come again to the book. So here we have seen how we are applying this greater than some value in any of the specific criteria. Okay, now next is, you can see when we have applied the criteria, the result of the query appears. So in this example, the result which is obtained, the fee amount is more than 2500. Now next is sorting data in a query. Clear? So we all know what is the meaning of sorting. Sorting means arranging in any sequence, alphabetical order, increasing or decreasing. So let us see now what is the meaning of sorting data. So sorting can be very important in the queries. You may want to see the dance form in which the students are participating and would like to be arranged in an alphabetical order. Clear? So if we have a table, a record in which we are having various names, and in that if you want to get it sorted, get it arranged in a particular sequence, we can do that. Let us see. You have to sort the records to order them in the answer to a particular query. Clear? So whatever the records you have, when you are designing the query, on the basis of that query also we can arrange them. The fields, the field or fields on which the records are sorted is called as sort key. Clear? So the field on the basis of which you will do the sorting, that will be called as sort key. If you are sorting one or more than one field, if you are sorting on more than one field, the more important field is called as major key. Clear? Or also called as the primary sort key. Clear? So it may happen that you can sort on the basis of a single field, so that will be sort key. But in case if you are sorting on the basis of more than one field, then the more important will be called major one, that will also be called as primary sort key, and the less important field is called as the minor key, that is the secondary sort key. We will see just how to do this. So there are there can be two methods. One is if you are sorting on a single field, on a basis of single field, that will be called as sort key, and in case if you are sorting on the basis of more than one field, then the important one will be called as primary sort key and the less important one will be called as secondary sort key. Now let us see the steps. So here if you see, let us erase this. Here is the example of this, how we are going to apply this sorting. So let us find the dance form in which the students are participating in alphabetical order. Okay, so click the sort area of the field you want to use to sort the result of the query. Clear? So you have a sort area, and on the sort area you will select that what is the sequence or what is the order, that is ascending or descending. So here step number 1, we have seen that there is a text option if we come to this window, for example in the dance we were earlier, so let us erase this dance field criteria now. So here we have the sort field, sort label. So if you click on this sort label, you can see we are having this ascending, descending or not sorted. So whatever the sequence we want to choose, the same we can apply. Come again to the book. So here it is same. So a drop down arrow button appears. Click on the down arrow button, then click on the way you want to sort, that is ascending, descending or not sorted, and click on the run button. Clear? So here if we come to the table, we are arranging this right now on the basis of dance, and in the dance if I specify in the ascending order, let us choose it ascending and then click on the run button. Let us see what will happen. So here you can see all the dance form which we are having, they all are arranged in a increasing order. Clear? You can see all of these names right now, they are all, let me increase the size if we have the option. Okay, then it will be visible more better. Okay, I hope it is now visible. So here you can see all the fields which we are having, they all are arranged okay, right now not being applied, no problem. So here you can see all the dance or all the records, they are arranged in the sequence on the basis of dance, and these dance you can see all of them are arranged in a increasing order. First is B, that is Bharatnatyam, then break dance, hip hop. Clear? So all you can see that they are in the increasing order of their alphabets. Okay, come again to the query. So not only this, wherever you want to apply this, if you want to get it sorted on the basis of the names, that is the student name, you can do that. Click on the student name and click on the ascending. And if you want to do this for the dance, if you want to decrease, you can click on the not sorted. Clear? So right now the student name will be the sort key. Sort key is if you are choosing only one field for sorting purpose. So right now the student name is the sort key and it is being arranged in the ascending order. Now click on the run button, and here you can see all of the names are arranged in the increasing order on the basis of their student name. Okay, is it clear? Fine. So I hope now you can sort also. Now let us see here what are the remaining steps. So here we have seen till step number 4. Then the records appear in the order you specified. In this example, the dance is sorted in the ascending order. So whatever the field you want to choose for sorting, you will have to select that, and after that whatever the sequence, that is ascending, descending, we can choose by the drop down. Clear? Fine. Then so here you can see that repeat step 1 to 3, selecting and for not sorted in step 3 if you do not want to use a field to sort the query result any longer. So we have seen also that in case if you want to remove the sorting, just click on the not sorted option in the drop down, so it will not do the sorting. Okay, now next is deleting a field in a query. So in case if you want to delete any field in the query, what are the steps? Let us see. So you can delete an unwanted field from your query. Deleting a field from the query doesn't delete the field from the table you used to create the query. So all we know that the queries which we are designing or running, they are not exactly the same data from the table. They are a view from that table. Clear? So in case if you are doing any modification, if you are deleting something, so that thing will not be done in the table. Clear? only the query result will be uh, um, changed, or whatever the option you are choosing, only it is being reflected on the query result. This will not delete from the table. So as it is here also, you can see that whenever you are deleting any field from the query, it will not delete from the table. Clear? So we should not be worried that when we are deleting from the query, it will also delete from the table. So let us see how to delete a field from the query. Position the mouse directly above the field you want to delete. So whatever the field you want to delete, you can see it is right now here, it is selected. Then the mouse pointer changes to this uh, arrow button. Clear? Then click to select the field. So when you select that field, click on the delete columns. Here we have the delete column options. Clear? So the field disappears from the query. Let us see this. Okay, so coming to the software window. So suppose we are having right now the address details of all the students. Okay, if I run this, you can see in the query result we are having this address field, this address column. If you don't want to include this address column here, we can delete this. How to do? When you bring this address detail at the top corner, you can see there is a downward arrow button. Now click on that. So this will select this specific field. Now click on the delete column. So here you can see we are having this delete column option. So we have to select that or click on that. So I am clicking on the delete column. So when I click on this, that specific column has been deleted. So it, when you'll run it also, that field will not be there. I hope this is clear. So this way, so what all the deletion we have done, will it be done in the table also? We can check. We have the address detail here, where we are having the address column for all of these admission number. It is present here. So it means only the address is being deleted from the query result which you are running. Clear? Okay. So we have seen also how to delete the any specific field. So here after deleting the column, the field will disappear from the query. Now hiding a field in a query. It may be required if there are multiple columns in any of the query result. So you want to hide for a particular query result, and it again when you want to see it, you can hide and see. So let us see how to do that. In case of deleting, rather than deleting, we can hide it. Now see how we can do. So you can hide a field without removing it from the query grid. Then deselect the checkbox for the field you want to hide in the show row of the query grid. Clear? And click on the run button. So the data sheet opens, showing the query result. The field you hide will not appear there. Okay, so we are talking earlier about that also, that we are having this show option, and in so it is already checkbox. Clear? So suppose here we are right now, the dance fee is there is a field with the dance fee. If you want to hide this dance fee, what we have to do? In this checkbox, click again, and this is now unchecked. So it means it is hidden now. Let us see and verify. So now if I click on the run button, you can see the dance fee is not there. Clear? But it is there in the query also. Only we are hiding this right now. So using that option, we can hide for that moment, and we have not deleted. So whenever we will need, we can click on this checkbox, and the same will again disappear, again appear. So here if I clicked on this checkbox again and click on the run button, you can see the dance fee is again, we are having the dance fee field. Fine. Okay, now come again to the textbook. So we have seen how to delete, how to hide, and before that we have seen how we can arrange or sort the different query result in any sequence. Now next topic is about report. So we will, as we were talking about that, this chapter is about queries and report. So we will start this report concept also, and later we will see how to create a report. First let us see what a report is. So what is report? We all know, in normal terms also we use the term report. So let us see here. A report is a way to display data from a query and or table in an appealing way. Clear? So this is a approach or a presentation of any data which is more appealing. Appealing means more attracting, or you can say more user friendly. So that is called as report. Now reports are especially designed to be printed. We all get the report card for our marks. In the same way, for different other purpose also, the reports are prepared so that it can be printed and it can be given to the individuals whenever according to the requirement we need these types of reports, or the different particular data which you are using. The representation of the data will decide that what is the requirement. Okay. So reports are especially designed to be printed. A report can have more elaborate formatting and layouts than other objects you can print. Clear? So whatever the report you are printing, it will have more formatted layout. Clear? More formatted layout means the fields which you want to specify. If you want to make various formattings, means the font, color, whatever the type of thing you want to be applied on that report, we can do. Clear? So this all is being done to get the data more presentable or appealing to the user, which is more easy to understand, as well as you can say it is also covering various type of data at a single place and in an easy manner. Next is, you can create basic reports with default settings, or you can create custom layouts by using the exact settings that work best for your situations. Clear? So these reports, when you create these reports, there are some settings. So there are default setting means which are present already. Clear? By the software itself there are some predefined settings, so these are called as default setting. So either we can use these default setting, or also we can create some customized layout. When you can customize the layouts means we can do some changes according to the requirement and according to the data to be presented, so that can be called as custom layout. Clear? So either we can use this default setting or these custom layouts for preparing the report according to the situation. Clear? Then the portion at the top of the report is called as page header, and that contains a custom title. So we all know that the at the top we have some headers or the headings. So here also in the report, the portion which is present, that is called as page header, and it will contain the title, that is a customized title according to the data, according to the report. Then the contents of the content of this page header display at the top of each page, and the detail lines, which are the lines that are printed for each record, contain only those fields you specify in your in the order you specify. Clear? So the page header, we have seen that this will be present at the top of every page, and we have the different detailed lines in which whatever the sequence of the records you want to print, we can set those sequence, as well as only those selected records will be present which we need on the report. Clear? So this is the detail. So there are two portions, one is page header and another is detail line. Then A report consists of information that is pulled from table or queries. So as we have seen, we have created the queries, we have seen how we can format the or do the changes in the table. So all of the data which is present in these tables and queries, the same data will be used for creating the report. Clear? The table or the queries that provide the underlying data are known as record source. So here is a term, that is reports record source. So whatever the report you are generating, the table which is chosen, the query which is being used, that or those will be called as the report record source. The source from which these records are pulled in these reports. Clear? So in the coming next class we will see further how we can design or how we can create these reports. So till now, whatever the things which we have discussed, read it and practice as well. How we have seen today how to about these queries, how we can arrange them, how we can use the compound criteria for that. The wildcards we have already discussed. So try to practice these things and then you will understand more better. Clear? And then also we can have some other doubts. So whatever the difficulty you are facing while using these or while using these doing the practical aspect of these queries, you can ask in the coming online class. Till then, read it, stay fit and healthy, and let us meet in the next class with the reports, and further we will see how to create that report. Thank you everyone.